What is poppin', guys? Today I haven't uploaded, yeah I know, after a while. This is my SPL finals game actually, and as CBB would like to say, this is a real gem of a battle. So yeah, this is my finals match versus REIKU, a good friend of mine. I actually teamed with him last year for SPL, where we both alternated in NU. I mean, I like NU. OU was obviously my main tier, but I mean, my team had Mr. Jamba the King in OU, so like, why would you not put God in his rightful tier? You know what I mean? So I was playing NU with him, and he's a good guy. He's cool. So we met actually in the finals. We were both playing OU. He came in with like a strong record. He was like 6'3" or like 7'2". I came in 6'4", I think. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, this was pretty much our game. It was a very, very good, like, close game down to the wire. Looking at my team, I'm using a team that's been used before. My friend ABR made it, like, I don't know. I couldn't decide on what to use, so I really didn't want to use the Pokemon Keldeo, Landorus, or, what's it called? Keldeo, Landorus, or Latias. And the thing is, he's not even, like, good versus Keldeo. Like, his counter is Clef, which is, like, I think his Clef is Spadef, but, like, not like it takes 2 Specs Hydros, and a Life Orb Latias. So if I brought Keldtar, I could have just scalded everything, and it would have been a Crawdon check. But anyway, whatever. I was really scared of bringing that, and I was also very scared of Weavile, which he ended up bringing Crawdon, which is even more of a threat than Weavile, but whatever. So mainly looking at this battle, the first thing I thought was somehow kill Landorus, and then Drill can, like, do work. Life Orb Torn can do some work as well, if I pressure and that kind of thing. And Amoonguss is going to be really good, but mainly my biggest fear was Crawdon. Jolly Crawdon is faster than my Rotom, and I was like really scared of that thing beating me. So pretty much that was my mentality going into this. Just play smart, and you'll probably have a shot as long as I don't let Crawdon get out of hand. So he leads off with REIKU. Turn 1, I'm going to go into my Excadrill because I thought here he has no real reason not to Volt Switch, just because it's not like REIKU really scares out a Rotom to begin with, and the fact that I can always go into my T-Tar exists as well, because I'm like at max HP Rockstar, a lot of special defense. Obviously I beat REIKU, so yeah, he went for the HP Fire turn 1, which is really cool. That's a cool tech, and it makes sense because if you look how weak his team is to Scizor, it really would make sense as to why to run a lure like this thing. You take like the boosted bullet punch or whatever. I mean, it's not gonna kill, but it's gonna put him in what's it called, range of like a Hammer Arm from Metagross, Crab Hammer from Crawdon, or an EQ from Lander. So anyway, here I was like, okay, there's no way he stays in with his REIKU. I mean, obviously I shouldn't let my Drill get weakened, but what if he thinks I'm crazy and I'm just gonna stay in? So I'm gonna go into Rotom because that's like the best play. There's no doubt in my mind that he doesn't click Landorus here. That works out pretty well for me. So at this point, there's no reason for REIKU to stay in and lose both his Lopunny and Drill check. So I'm just gonna go for the Volt Switch, as I guess he doesn't really want to lose momentum with his Clef just yet. So I'm able to Volt Switch out. That crit right there told me that he is most definitely Assault Vest. 13% with a crit, like that's gotta be AV, his only set. So he goes for the Volt Switch here. Does a weak 20, as I'm just gonna go for the rocks. As he actually brings in his Metagross, so he's playing like he came up with this thing aggressively, and I'm gonna go right into Rotom because there's no way he goes for a Zen Headbutt if he has it, and he goes right for the mash. So again, I can Wisp, but I'm so sure that REIKU is not gonna make the play of staying in. Like, Rotom is a threat, why would you let it burn everything? So he goes into Clef, I go for the Volt Switch. That mediocre damage tells me right there that he definitely has a good decent amount of special defense, probably like a special defense boosting nature like Calm. But anyway, Amoonguss is the best Clefable counter pretty much, so I'm able to bring this thing in and just put some into bed. As he goes into Latias, makes sense seeing as I have like a Torn that's going to take it on, Excadrill, and I have a T-Tar that's going to trap it at the end of the day. I believe I predict the Metagross here in HP Fire. Oh, never mind, my bad. I go into Rotom here, because I was pretty sure he was either going to go into Landorus or he was going to go back into Metagross, so this works. Again, I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch because he switched out once. I know he doesn't have Zen Headbutt or anything. Like, at least I'm thinking at this point he doesn't have Zen Headbutt. But anyway, now I'm gonna go into Tornadus, and I'm actually Life Orb Taunt Tornadus. So that's gonna be nice here. I'm gonna go for the Taunt. Now here I kind of misplayed. I could have gone for the Hurricane to a KO, but I was scared of it like missing, so I went for a knockoff. Looking back at it, that wasn't even the play. But I think I was a little scared of the REIKU or something like that. But he goes for T-Bolt, which led me to believe Bolt Beam. So I went into Lopunny just to knock this thing out. But he actually goes for a Moonblast now. So I was very confused. T-Bolt, Moonblast. I mean, I get it. T-Bolt is for Tran and Talonflame. But yeah, that returned to 21, making me realize, okay, that is definitely a Spadef Clef. Like, that is not physically bulky at all. And Fake Out Return is able to cleanly take that thing out, which is really nice. Because now Rotom can really put in some work. Anyway, he goes into Landers here. I'm gonna go for a Toxic. Now, I have Toxic over Ice Punch. Obviously, Ice Punch would have been better in this. But the reason I have Toxic is because what am I trying to say? Mega Slowbro can 6-0 this team pretty easily. Like, my things around it are Taunt, Hurricane, Confusion with Torn, Iron Head Flinch with Excadrill, Volt Switch and Burn It with Rotom, Spore with Amoonguss, and if they are faster, then I'm gonna die to Psyshock, and Pursuit with T-Tar because I don't even have Crunch. So I was very afraid of a Mega Bro or like a T-Tar Bulky Core, because if he has like a not T-Tar, Hippowdon Bulky Core, because Hippowdon plus like Clefable plus Latias could have been, or something like that, could have been really, really frustrating, because Hippowdon Clefable in general is just, I mean, I can't put all the pressure on Torn to do the wall breaking. So Toxic, my friend ABR actually suggested it to me. He said try that out, and I did, and it worked out very, very well. In testing, I mean, I guess here it's not, but like whatever. I get off a Toxic on this thing just to wear it down. I switch out here because he pretty much knows I don't have Ice Punch now. He goes for the U-turn, gets a crit, does about 26, which is like, I mean, crit's annoying, but it's not like super game changing. He goes into REIKU here. Here, I'll get into why this turn's important, but I probably should have just superpowered here. Life Orb Superpower would have done a decent amount to REIKU, up to 50, because I do have 56 attack EVs, and Raiku's Fizz Def is not good. But, yeah, he Volt switches into Metagross, and, yeah, I think I'm going to switch out here, because, again, I have to scout for Zen Headbutt, and I go into Rotom Wash as he reveals the Thunder Punch, and this right here made me realize, okay, REIKU does not have, what's the word? There's no way REIKU has, what am I trying to say? Zen Headbutt, because Thunder Punch always comes with Ice Punch in the back. So I go for the Pain Split here. REIKU makes a very nice play. I recover nothing on the REIKU. And now I'm pretty much forced to switch it back out into my Amoonguss. Amoonguss was actually an MVP this game. Like, it did a lot. He actually T-Bolts. I guess expecting, I don't know why he T-Bolted. That play was sort of a misplay. But anyway, I'm able to he's able to Volt Switch out here. I go for the HP Fire because this is the most obvious Metagross ever. And pretty much I whittled this Metagross into being in EQ range from Excadrill because my Excadrill is actually Jolly. But yeah, at this point I'm gonna go right back into Torn. Right, I'm gonna sack Torn because I don't want to mess around with Rotom having to take it, as he does make the aggressive T-Punch play again. So going into Rotom there would have sealed my fate. But anyway, back into Rotom. I don't want him to go into REIKU, so I'm just gonna go for the Volt Switch as he actually gets me this turn. I mean, I Volt Switched every time, and like whatever. I stand by my plays. So I'm gonna be able to bring in Lopunny now, and this is a free switch back into Rotom because I was 100% sure he was gonna go into Landorus, 100% sure. And obviously he made that play because why would you not keep Metagross? And so I was very happy. I was like, all right, like I think I'm back in a good position. But here I realized he's just gonna go REIKU. I have to Volt Switch again because Pain Splitting won't get me enough HP back. And then it's the same thing. Metagross comes back in. I have to play to not give Metagross any free switches. That thing is a big nuisance. But I'm gonna Volt out and I'm gonna bring in Lopunny, and that's a pretty big free return. And that's why Toxic helped a ton because it kept wearing him down. He's not lefties. He keeps taking rocks, and return does a good 25. Obviously, I take a helmet, which sucks. But yeah, I'm gonna go for return again here. Knock him out. Now, the next turn, he's going to bring in his Crawdaunt. Now, every Crawdaunt in OU is SD Jolly. Outspeed the Rotom, by the way. And Crawdaunt is just so strong. So, right here, it was sort of a 50-50. I mean, no, it is a 50-50. Like, I guess REIKU is more likely not to SD here. Let me just say, I sacked my Lopunny here to an Aqua Jet. But if he SD'd here, he won the game. And I went to Amoonguss, he won the game. So, because the only thing I can do is sack Amoonguss, go into this, fake out, sack a T-Tar, fake out again, sack a Rotom, fake. Like, it's illogical. So I just sacked this, and it really sucked. And then again, I don't even have that many turns to switch in because of rocks. I can only switch in twice. So I go into Amoonguss now because dude's walled. So I just go for the Giga Drain here in case he goes for the misplay. But Rick is a smart guy. He doesn't do that. I go for the Giga Drain, get a crit, this 16. So I mean, normally it would have done like 11. But now I'm gonna go into T-Tar. I'm max attack Adamant T-Tar. So if I kill this, then I'm in a super good position, and my Drill plus Amoonguss just win the game. So I was like, let's do this. He's sleeping. I can just knock him out here. But he actually gets the Wake, which kind of sucks because he only slept for one turn. So that like really blows. That he got like a low sleep turn. So I was like, oh, dang. Like now I'm in a bad position. Because Metagross is in. And at this point I was like, is it a wrap? So I sack Rotom here because I need Metagross to even have a shot. I mean, I need T-Tar to even have a shot for putting Sam back up. And now I'm able to bring in my Amoonguss. I was 100% sure here. There's no way he has Zen Headbutt. Luckily, I knew he was Bolt Beam, so, well, Bolt Beam as in, you guys get it, Ice Electric coverage, which is so good because you hit Slowbros and you hit Skarms with a Pokemon that's supposed to be beaten by both, so it's fantastic. So now I'm going to go into Drill, only play, he's asleep, and I was like, alright, nice. I'm going to go for the EQ here because I'm Jolly. Sand is gone. He's sleeping. I was like, nice. I was like, alright, well, moment of truth. He stays asleep. He gets 3 turns, which obviously is a little lucky in my favor, but he also woke up really early with Latias when that thing could have not been healing wished up. So, yep. And now here we get to the most important part of the battle. I go into Amoonguss here on the Aqua Jet, and at this point, it's a perfect 50-50. My Amoonguss takes 55 to 65% from knockoff, aka I die. So, REIKU has to think whether I'm going to go into my T-Tar or not, and if he SDs there, game ends completely. There's nothing I can do. I lose. So this is pretty much a true 50-50 in the sense of the word. My mentality was, REIKU's in the hole. I'm going to Amoonguss was like, it's like the most baiting play ever for me to go into my T-Tar here. But even then, I can't really explain why it's like, because it's a 50-50 in every sense of the word. Like, there's no way for me to say, like, oh, I totally knew he would do this or that, because you can't. But I just had the feeling, I guess. Like, I'm not trying to say, like, I know 50-50s, because that's what they are. But I was pretty sure REIKU was in the back, so he had to SD, because I just brought in Amoonguss, so then he'd probably think, oh, he's trying to game back lefties. So that was the mentality here. Luckily, REIKU goes for the SD here. I'm able to get the 50-50 right. I could drain him, and that's actually going to be the game. So that was probably one of the closest games I've ever played in Pokemon. I was happy with my play here. The Rotom plays and all that thing, keeping on high pressure, regardless of the REIKU, Crawdaunt, Metagross. Like, I was very happy with the way I played. So luckily, I'm able to clinch this one. And my team at this point was down 3-5, but then I won, so we were 4-5. Then we won the next game, so we were 5-5. You need 7 wins to win the tournament, pretty much, because there's 12 games. And if you go 7-5, you win. Unfortunately, my other teammate lost, so at this point, we are 6-5. And by the time this video goes up, the SPL, like, in general, will be finished. So I guess I'll make a comment saying who won. But anyway, right now we're down 6-5, so the best my team can do is win our last game, which is UU. And then it's a tiebreaker because it's 6-6. But yeah, I'm fortunate that we're in this position. But I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Really good one. And later, guys. Peace out.